Yeah, I'm gonna do a nice video here challenging people that I know. Okay? Nice. Okay. Okay, so this video is going to be a response to people I know who talk about political violence and how we need to go away from political violence. And I definitely agree, political violence is terrible. But the president right now is using the death of Charlie Kirk to call for a purge of liberals, radical liberals, and he wants to separate America. I'm hearing many people tell me we need to come together as a country to love each other. I don't believe you until you tell us Trump needs to go. Okay? He needs to be out of office as soon as possible. This man wants Americans fighting. He wants us killing each other. Trump, what he says here is insane. And we need to bring up the hypocrisy. All right? Democrats, a few months ago, there were 2 Democratic elected officials in Minnesota who were assassinated. Trump laughed about it. You know, Nancy Pelosi and her husband were almost assassinated. You know, no one cared. All right? They made jokes about it. You know, Elon Musk said there was a conspiracy there. Donald Trump Jr., Paul Pelosi Halloween costume ready, super funny. Mark Robinson, a Republican candidate in North Carolina, super funny, an attacker outfit. Charlie Kirk here, calling for his audience to pay for a bail, to post bail for the person who attacked the Pelosi's and attempted an assassination attempt. And with these Democrats in Minnesota a few weeks ago, actually a few months ago, who were assassinated, almost no one talked about it. This lunatic, all right, he is a huge Trump supporter. He dressed up as a fake police officer and gunned down multiple Democrats in their homes. Them and their spouses got shot like 10 times each. 2 people died, I'm pretty sure. 2 people barely survived in the hospital. He had a kill list of Democrats to go after. And there was no call from the left wing to label all right-wingers as radical extremists and saying we need to purge them from government. In fact, this is a United States senator saying nightmare on Wall Street. All right? Making a super funny joke here. Saying this guy's a radical Marxist or whatever. Making fun of it. Making a joke about Democratic elected officials getting assassinated. And we heard nothing about these Democrats getting assassinated at all a few months ago. You guys cannot be hypocrites and then expect our country to survive. You cannot be hypocrites. I need you to nut up and stand up in a strong way and fight for a future in this country where we can work together for a better future. I'm sick of seeing my timeline of people virtue signaling as if you give a shit. Prove you give a shit. Now, with Minnesota, there was no video. The video is very graphic. It's terrible. I did not want to see it. X shoved it in my face multiple times on autoplay. I did not want to see it. I saw it. I felt... I had such a bad reaction to it. I had to stop everything I did. It was so terrible and gruesome. And the amount of blood, it's crazy. Okay, so there was no video of Minnesota. So although these people at night were confronted with this fake police officer and gunned down with 10, 20 bullets, there's no video of it. So it's not going to get as much attention. All right, so that's point number 1 on why no one talked about this. Point number 2, Democrats are really bad at occupying the media cycle. Democrats are not going to point the finger at Republicans and say, you all did this. Although this guy was driven by MAGA extremist ideologies. And when Democrats die, half the country cares. All right, half the country cares. When Republicans die, like Charlie Kirk today, Everyone is condemning it. Everyone's saying this should not happen. No one's calling for us to fight each other. Some random lefty Twitter accounts, some random Democrat Twitter accounts, no Democratic leaders, no Democratic organizers want us to fight each other. Everyone wants no political violence, okay? Unless if you look at random accounts on social media, random accounts. If you want to take random dipshits online and use them to represent the entire group that you're arguing against, fine, but you know you're a hypocrite. Now, Trump here is the president of the United States. And what he says in this video, I'm going to look up the full one. He wants to purge the left. He implicates millions of Americans in this assassination, in which we have no suspect, we have no confirmed shooter, we have no information at all. He could have been a never Trump Republican. It could have been a libertarian. It could have been a super far right, like neo-Nazi, maybe like a super crazy far right guy who's like super anti-Jew and they're not happy Trump supports Israel. It could be a far left person. We don't know. It could be someone who just had a mental health break, who was former whatever. Like, we don't know what it is. We don't have an actual suspect. So we have a confirmed suspect for the Minnesota assassinations. All right, we know that's confirmed. He was a Christian nationalist. He did this on behalf of, he went after pro-choice politicians and Democrats. We know they were a Trump supporter. Never did we say all Republicans are to blame here. But look at what Trump says here about half of America. The half of America you claim to care about uniting with to fight for a better future.
My great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life.
What was that glitch right there?
Shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot.
Did you see that weird glitch?
Him are united in
Did you guys
shock
see that weird
and
glitch?
horror. Charlie was a patriot.
Right there. Is this an AI video?
Loved him are united in shock and horror.
I'm sorry. Well,
Charlie was a patriot.
That's not how mouth movements work. And if a recording skipped, the audio would have skipped too. There's nothing to catch. Is this AI, bro? Did the background change?
Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united.
The background just changed right there. The background just changed. Like it refreshed. I'm not even kidding.
Millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot.
Right there. The background did change as well. Is this... It can't be AI. There's no way they're calling to exterminate liberals in America with an AI video.
Are united
Let me
in
slow down really
shock
quick.
and horror.
Okay.
Charlie
Okay, this is a little slow. It's a little slow. A little too slow.
was a patriot. Shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot.
Bro, what's going on with this video? Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, there's something really weird happening at that point in the video. Let me just go down to the slowest. We'll deal with the audio for a second.
Charlie was a patriot.
That's okay. I'm just saying it's weird. Maybe the White House has no technology and they can't use video recording, but yeah, it's a little bit weird.
Who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loves so much, the United States of America.
If there's more glitches like that in this video, I'm going to be very...
He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also
It just like refreshed again right there.
A man of deep, deep faith. And we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses
I mean, he is hiding his bruised hand
nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and
from the
grace.
IV.
It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the
J.D. Vance called Trump a Nazi, compared him to Hitler. Donald Trump said that Biden is running a Nazi Gestapo. He called Kamala Harris a fascist, communist, Marxist, socialist as well. Yeah, I mean, if you go into this conversation and you say, like, with political rhetoric being violent, the guy who is currently threatening to send the military into liberal cities that he doesn't like, if he doesn't like you, the guy who said we need military to get rid of the enemy within during this campaign, like, if you're gonna just like ignore everything that's happening right now, like every time there's even during the assassination in Minnesota of Democrats called for unity and called for less political violence and called for change. Okay, they did not use it as a time to villainize Republicans. They never did. You cannot find one elected official, one Democrat with power who did that. And during this time, whenever there's an instance like this, the MAGA right wing is begging for more violence and separation and conflict in America. And again, if you're watching this video, I want a world with less violence. I want more coming together. I want a better future. I want less of us fighting each other in general. But we need you to call this out. The president is calling for violence against his political enemies right now. We don't know who even did this assassination attempt yet, but he's willing to do this.
World's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement.
Now, Trump goes after judges and law enforcement more than anybody. The January 6th pardons, I mean, we bring it up enough, but people don't care. How they tried to gouge cops' eyes out, tase them, beat them with American flag poles, with their own batons, with riot shields. No one cares about those police officers from that day. But, like, it's all projection, what Trump is saying right now. And again, there's no suspect in custody. We don't know what's happening. Another piece of disinformation from the right wing. So there's a big conspiracy about, not a conspiracy, there's a big story about Democrats on the House floor not wanting to pray, booing prayer. All the Republican accounts right now are saying Democrats booed prayer. Now, here's what actually happened. So in a moment of silence on the House floor for conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, it devolved into a moment of chaos as a pair of Republicans called out Democrats. So they were going to observe and pray, all right? And Lauren Boebert demanded spoken prayer. Silent prayers get silent results, she said. So there was a moment of silence, and she said, silent prayers get silent results, in a really sassy way. Okay. And then there was argument back and forth. Now, you would probably say as a Christian that a prayer, and Jesus criticized this, by the way, if you need to pray in a public setting, if you need to pray for a display, for, to virtue signal, to show you are so amazing because you pray. If you're praying in public for the purpose of being seen, worshiping God, that is devaluing God. That's using God as an accessory. Jesus spoke about this many times. Now, you should pray in silent. You should pray with observance and with meditation. You should be talking to God in that way. But Republicans here just want to make a noise and use the religious angle for propaganda. And again, I'm liberal. I'm on the left for sure. But when we talk about this topic here, they are using this story to say Democrats were angry about praying. It's not true at all. If you see someone repeat this, you know they are liars. I just hope you don't fall into the propaganda trap. We need to come together, and if we're going to come together as a country, we need you to clear this hurdle. Please join us.
Enforcement officials and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare
And again, he's not going to bring up how Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania almost got assassinated a few weeks ago or a couple months ago. He's not going to bring up the Minnesota Democrats that were attacked and killed and actually, yeah, assassinated in Minnesota that Trump laughed at. Trump did not care at all. He did not go to the funeral. He did not give a singular crap at all about them being assassinated. He's not going to bring up how they want to blame the shooter in Minneapolis at the school for being trans, but they have manifestos online and postings online. They were mad about immigration. They thought Somalis were invading them. They thought the outsider immigrants were invading their community. America was falling. They had on their guns written anti-Semitic information. They had quotes that are very, very anti-black, just very racist messaging. We know what messaging boards they were on. They were on the internet. Okay, so this person, they could have been trans. Okay, but that's not the motivating factor. The motivating factor was they had obvious mental issues, and also we know their ideology is a more right-wing ideology. There are trans people who have right-wing ideologies, and this person, I'm not gonna blame Republicans for this. Now Trump does do insightful rhetoric to violence. He has been his entire time in office. We got to call that out. But I'm not going to blame all Republicans for it. I'm not going to call you radical extremists that we need to be purging from America. And this is in response. I'm sick of scrolling through Facebook and seeing people say, oh, we got to come together. If you want to come together, put in the work to come together. If you want a better country, put in the work to have a better country. Hold people in power accountable when they incite this violence. I guarantee you cannot find one Democratic elected official doing what Trump is doing here. When a Democrat dies, when a Republican dies, it doesn't matter. There's a reason on Fox News, if you watch Fox News, pay attention. They use random Twitter accounts to get you mad. In any group, you can find a handful of people in any group to make them look terrible. And on Fox News, they can never show you an example of Joe Biden being mean to Republicans. Okay, he said a couple things about, like, if you talk about Puerto Rico, then you're a piece of crap or whatever. Like, he never just says Republicans are terrible. He says we need a strong Republican Party in America because our Constitution, our democracy involves having conversations and working together. A bunch of Democrats say this. Nancy Pelosi said we need a strong Republican Party. AOC and Bernie Sanders do legislation in cooperation with Republicans. Right now with the Epstein files that Trump is blocking. After the book came out with him sending a birthday card to Epstein for his 50th birthday, which is really weird. Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie, Republican Democrat, working together. Okay? And by the way, Thomas Massie, a Republican that Trump hates, by the way.
Executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others.
And by the way, again, your social media algorithm is going to show you things that make you mad. If you get mad, you click more things, you react with more emotion. They want to bait us into fighting each other, because if we fight each other, the social media companies make more money. If we fight each other, if we don't come together, the people in power stay in power. We stay at the bottom punching each other instead of punching up. Instead of coming together as people, as Americans, as real people, not reality TV stars. They want us fighting each other, so we never come together. And if you go on social media and you see posts that are like, I'm happy this happened, whatever, that person is such a minority opinion. They're showing you that to piss you off. I beg you to go outside and talk to real people. Talk to real people in your community and ask their opinion. Don't go off of social media anymore. If you want us to come together, we all need to put in the work, including myself. We all need to put in the work. Things like this are unacceptable. But you cannot only call it out when it happens to your side. I called it out when it happened to Democrats and to Republicans. I call out all political violence. All I ask is that you're not a hypocrite.
Radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship.
And remember, Republicans made fun of Democrats who got assassinated in Minnesota. They made fun of it. They laughed at it. No repercussion in the media. They laughed at it. They made jokes about Democrats getting assassinated by a Trump supporter. They made jokes about it. Thank goodness our law enforcement had the idea to check other elected officials locally when this happened, because that person was going to kill dozens of people if they were not there to stop them. But no credit to them. No credit to them because they were protecting a Democrat in that situation. So Trump doesn't care about them. They made fun of Democrats getting assassinated. They made fun of it. Find me an elected... This is a U.S. senator. A United States senator. Find me an elected Democrat doing this shit. All of them today are respecting Charlie Kirk, including people like Zohran Mamdani, who is this crazy socialist from New York City. Now, Zohran Mamdani, this guy, all right, Muslim. Now, when I say Muslim, no, he doesn't want women to not speak. All right, he's very progressive. He's extremely progressive. You know, he's pro-gay, pro-trans, he's pro-taxing the wealthy, he's pro-working class, all that kind of stuff. Charlie Kirk said that this guy's a threat to America because he is Muslim, immigrant, and brown, okay? That's actually what Charlie Kirk said about this person. But now, this is what Zohran says about Charlie Kirk. I have not seen this yet, by the way. I have not watched this.
It is a real honor to be in a room so full of love and solidarity. And I have much of those very feelings and emotions and commitments that I want to share with all of you. But before I begin...
And by the way, he won the New York City mayoral primary. This is Zohran Mamdani. He's a Democratic socialist. He is a Democrat.
I do want to take a moment to address the horrific political assassination that just occurred today in Utah. Charlie Kirk is dead, yet another victim of gun violence in a nation where what should be a rarity has turned into a plague. It cannot be a question of political agreement or alignment that allows us to mourn. It must be the shared notion of humanity that binds us all. And that humanity...
And Donald Trump threatened to denaturalize this person and deport him. Charlie Kirk supported that. I know you guys don't think it's a serious thing when the president of the United States threatens to denaturalize someone for disagreeing with politics. But like saying to this person who has been in America for like 30 years, as Donald Trump, we're gonna denaturalize you, take away your citizenship status and deport you because you disagree with me politically. You disagree. And I know I don't blame you. You know, politics sucks. It's boring. I'm a dork, so I have time to look at politics. You might not know all of this. You see what's on social media. You see what, you know, your favorite pages report to you. But please, please, please don't lose faith in your fellow person. I guarantee you, I promise, if we have these conversations, we can get through this.
It reminds us that this news is not just that of the murder of a prominent political figure, but also the news of a wife who grieves her husband, of a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old who will grow up without a father, and the fact that there are families feeling that same anguish right now in Colorado as they wait for their children.
I thought that was interesting. There's been multiple school shootings. So like one happened in Colorado today. And in Trump's speech that said like we have to exterminate liberals in America, he did not bring up the kids once. And I know it's high profile. I know Charlie Kirk is one of MAGA's own. But it's really interesting when there's kids getting shot and they get no press conference from MAGA. They don't even pretend to care about it. They just say, well, gun violence, or they blame the left, whatever. It's just really interesting that the kids get no mention from Trump that were shot today as well.
Also shot at a school to emerge from surgery. It is the same anguish that too many across our city and our nation.
Well, yeah, I know he didn't care about the Democrats either that got assassinated, but it's about what's politically good for them, what they pretend to care about.
Reckon with in silence every day as we contend with an epidemic of suffering. We can and we must do more to challenge a status quo that has allowed this pain to become routine, that has allowed the question of which mass shooting to respond to the news of one that is shared. And it is incumbent upon all of us to repair the tears in our shared civic fabric and to make our nation one that is worthy of its greatest ideals.
Yeah, so it's I don't know. If you look on Twitter right now, Elon Musk is calling for Democrats to die. I haven't blocked, but the left is the party of murder. Remember, we have no suspect, we have no anyone. We don't know what's happening here at all. But he's going to say the left is the party of murder. Every day, Stephen Miller, who runs the White House, okay, Stephen Miller goes on Fox News. He calls Democrats domestic terrorists. He says we do political terrorism. Democrats, all Democrats. But that rhetoric is never criticized by people because they don't see it, largely, or they give it a pass. But yeah, with political assassination, conservatives do a lot more of them, but I would never blame. Yeah, the mail bombs in 2018. There were mail bombs in 2018. No one talked about the kidnapping plot with Gretchen Whitmer that conservatives also make fun of. The Nancy Pelosi situation, which conservatives make fun of. The U-Haul, which conservatives make fun of. The Josh Shapiro, which they don't talk about, and the Melissa Hortman, where they laughed at it. Like Gabby Giffords shooting at a campaign rally. The Barack Obama militia plot. There was a guy who was telling people. He was screaming Obama's the Antichrist and shooting at the White House. No one talks about that. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, there's a Trump campaign rally. But even at the campaign rally, the Trump assassination attempt, he was like, his ideology was all over the place. That's why they say we knew nothing about this person, because he was like he was just a crazy person. Like he was a kid who his brain was broken and he had crazy ideologies online. He was pretty conservative, but he wanted to do something very violent and destructive. So he found out a campaign rally nearby. He was looking up Joe Biden and Trump events. But like again, although most of the attacks are from Republicans and conservatives, I would never ever ever say, and there's some from liberals, I would never ever ever say Republicans are extremists and terrorists and radicals who need to be eliminated from America. And if someone said that, I would tell them they're wrong. But I don't know if I would get the same treatment from conservatives I know. And I'm showing this to people I actually know in real life. Because, yeah, I don't know.
The rule of law and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
No, I'm not, and I have a chat going on when I do this. I have a live chat. They're saying I'm minimizing it, Trumpers. Okay, so when we talk about this, we say political violence is terrible. Like when I saw this today, I felt, I can't even describe the feeling I felt when I saw the video and when I heard what happened. Like I pretty much dropped to my knees. It was crazy as shit. Like Charlie Kirk is a genius. Like he is one of the most impressive political operatives in American history. He really is. I think his ideas were really bad. I disagree with him. But he was super skilled. I don't think he even went to college. Okay, but he was extremely skilled. I'm not minimizing any of this. And what I'm saying is, when Democrats are assassinated months ago, and Trump laughs at it, and Republicans in the Senate and the House make fun of it as well. Democrats assassinated. No one cared. No one cared at all. Trump still kept on talking about, making fun of Pelosi for being attacked and Obama for being attacked and calling for the military to go after liberal cities and all that stuff. They just don't care. Okay? What I'm saying is we need to give equal care. I need you to have the same reaction to Democratic politicians getting assassinated that I had to Charlie Kirk today. But I just don't see it. I see many Republicans and conservatives taking advantage of everything for political purposes. And some people don't know the information. They don't have time to see the information. They see what's curated on their social media feeds. But we need to beat this and come together as a country. We cannot survive. We cannot fall into this pit of chaos. And every response from the left is condemning violence all the time. And the Republicans like Jesse Waters on Fox News talking about we have to avenge his death. We're watching the politicians, the media, and all these rats out there. This can never happen again. It ends now. Like, yeah, but we agree. Why are you framing all of us as if we support this? The reason we told Trump not to talk about shooting Liz Cheney in the head is because we're against political violence. When Trump said that about Liz Cheney, I don't know if I have it on my Facebook still, or on my YouTube, but Trump and Liz Cheney, Yeah, like Trump said the thing about like Liz Cheney, she should be getting like a gun trained on her head. On her head, I mean.
I'm going to put a job, or maybe your house.
It was at like a sit-down event. I don't know if it's on here still. No, this is a different one. That the White House boy, Biden was rough. Biden was rough. But yeah, there was the quote of Trump where he's like, "We have to train all of our guns at Liz Cheney's head and see how she feels." I think this is the one right here.
2016, the leaders and heroes.
Look, they're not the tough people. Number in, and she lost. She was beaten by a tremendous. And number 3, I mean, it's very, very expensive. What did we get? They were a self-check. Anybody that went into the Middle East.
I'm not going to edit this.
And when I announced that, including our people, very interesting. He had Bush. If I were ever president, I'd do something with that. Scooter Libby, a pardon, and what happened. And Scooter Libby really saved his daughter's a very dumb individual, very dumb. She's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, let's
see. When Trump said that, he wanted to depict the image of this Liz Cheney having rifles pointed at her head because his audience likes that imagery. Now, at the time, people said to me, well, Trump is just being anti-war. He's so anti-war, bro. He's so anti-war. As we're threatening to invade Greenland and Canada, we are currently, right now, stationed outside of Venezuela, bombing random boats in international waters, just like bombing boats that we see that we claim have like drugs on them or whatever. We're threatening Venezuela with like a ground invasion right now. Trump upped drone strikes. Trump has more drone strikes in his first 6 months than Obama did, or than Biden did. Sorry, Obama had a lot of drone strikes, but in his first 6 months, Trump has more drone strikes than Biden did his entire presidency, his entire 4 years. The bombing of Iran, like we entered more war. Trump was never anti-war. He was always pro-war. He vetoed a weapons embargo to Saudi Arabia during the bombing of Yemen when he was in office. Like he was always pro-war. He just said he was anti-war because people just would believe it. But this quote right here was to invoke political violence. And when he says, again, enemies within, the poisoning the blood of America, like all these things were violent rhetoric. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. We're in a really bad situation. Yeah, here's what Stephen Miller said the other day. The Democratic Party does not fight for, care about, or represent Americans. It's entirely devoted to the defense of hardened criminals, gangbangers, and illegal alien killers and terrorists. The Democratic Party is not a political party. It's a domestic extremist organization. Republicans can just say this, and no one says anything. But yeah, I hope people wake up eventually, and I don't know. I hope they wake up. Don't pay attention to the social media trying to make us fight each other, and very sad, painful situation. None of us want to see this happen. But we need to stop having hypocrites in politics. And if someone's a hypocrite, we need to shame them for being a hypocrite. It's not good, folks. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Oh boy. Yeah, and the whole they tried to kill Trump. They tried to kill Trump. They tried to kill Trump, guys. They. They. Who's they? Who is they, guys? Not good. Why are people saying this? Please drop a like, comment, subscribe. Really would appreciate if you would donate to the channel at Droll of Politics on Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. You can call the phone number if you want to have a conversation. But yeah, Droll of Politics, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or on Coffee. Really helps me keep the show running. I guess we'll do... Did Charlie Kirk really say we should stone gay people? Okay, let's see Fox News. Again, Democrats are against all political violence. Republicans are only against it when it... Okay, never mind. Oh. How do I fix this? Fox News is using this Charlie Kirk assassination as a reason to call for violence, more political violence against liberals. We don't have anybody in custody at all. We don't know who did it. They could be far right, far left. They could be a never Trump Republican. They could be center. They could be anything. We don't know. We have no idea who it is yet. They could be from a foreign country. We really don't know what happened here. We have no idea. But they are going to use this to call for... I have not seen this, by the way. But I know already, this is the primetime spot on Fox News, the top-rated news program in the entire world, basically. They're going to use this situation to call for violence against liberals, I guarantee you.
Fox News alert, Charlie Kirk assassinated. The president breaking the news. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Charlie was loved by all of us. He had a beautiful family, married the love of his life, Erica, just 4 years ago. 2 children, son and a daughter. And he touched generations of Americans. But he was taken from us. You've probably seen the video. Charlie was holding a Turning Point USA event at Utah Valley University. He was on his Prove Me Wrong tour, where he takes questions from students and engages in friendly debate.
Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
I mean, in this conversation, he was going to blame all mass shootings on trans people, although they are underrepresented when it comes to mass shootings. And the shooter in Minneapolis that was trans was a far-right person. They believed Somalis were invading Minneapolis, which is a belief Charlie Kirk also shared. But
right, I'm going to give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting?
I wonder how much they're going to show here, because this is really okay.
Later,
they did not show
shot
it.
in the neck in the middle of the quad.
I was hoping
sitting
they weren't
underneath
show
a banner that said
it was
the
terrible.
American comeback.
It was so
We know
so terrible.
one round was fired and reportedly from 200 yards away, just 50 yards more than Butler from a nearby campus building. One man was taken into custody, but police later determined he was not the gunman. But we do have good news. The actual person of interest has been apprehended. That's according to FBI Director.
This was fake. They said moments later they have no lead. They were saying that for PR reasons for the press conference. But this was debunked a few minutes later.
Patel.
They, I believe, don't know where he is
of Utah
at all,
says the killer
or who did it.
Pay the ultimate
right?
price.
At this time, it's 11:56 p.m. Okay, on September 10th, East time. And they have not found the person yet.
To make it crystal clear right now, to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
And we're actually just hearing now that they have released the suspect who they thought was the killer.
Okay.
Police say they'd used
Update.
surveillance video from the campus that showed the suspect wearing all black running away from the scene. Before Charlie was shot, students actually noticed a guy walking on the roof. And the FBI tells Primetime they're aware of this tape that shows someone crawling across the roof before...
Someone in the chat said, you guys don't care if he died, right? Because he believed different from you. Actually, no. I had a terrible response to this today. I basically fell to my knees. I got extremely... yeah, my body like shut down when I saw this happened in general. When I heard the news, it shut down. Then I saw he was shot in the neck. Then I'm like, holy shit, this is terrible. I had a terrible reaction today. The anger comes from the Democrats who were assassinated in Minnesota. in Minnesota a few months ago that no one cared about. Republicans made fun of it. They made jokes about it. Democratic lawmakers assassinated in their own homes by a Trump supporter. We know that person's a Trump supporter. That's confirmed. We don't know who did this yet. And that's a terrible person, and they should be held accountable by the full extent of the law, and the furthest extent. But like when we talk about this, it's the hypocrisy. You can't have a double standard here. When Trump calls for political violence, you need to say no. When Fox News does, you need to say no. You can't just show up when your side is affected. I want you to have the same response to these Democrats in Minneapolis or in Minnesota that were assassinated, the same response I had when I saw Charlie Kirk was. Like, that's all we ask for, so we can work together as Americans for a better country.
Charlie was shot.
It's unacceptable.
Right
we can't have this violence in
I
politics.
think he'd already be in place.
We cannot
You would think that.
survive this way. We just can't survive this way.
Just saying. He just ran from.
This is the time for us to come together as a country.
Well, from over there, ran in. Now he's right there. Just saying.
After the round was fired, another camera captured another person running across the roof in the distance.
Even in this conversation, guys, I mean, the whole conversation is framed about like, you know, how conservatives are under attack in America and liberals are all crazy and stuff, but they don't bring up how Josh Shapiro was almost assassinated. They make fun of Pelosi. They make fun of the bombs that were mailed to them in 2018. Like they make fun of these things. They won't even act like those are real. So when they say, oh, we're the ones under attack, like, no, the entire political system is going towards a violent direction, and we need you to not do that anymore. We need to work together to leave that track. We're going down a terrible road. We don't want to be here. We don't want to freaking be here at all. We don't want to have the president threatening to invade liberal cities because he doesn't like them. We just can't. We don't want the president threatening to invade Canada and Greenland. I know you think it's all memes, but it's not memes. This is real life.
Charlie immediately lost a lot of blood after the bullet hit his neck and was rushed to the
hospital. Yeah, it was terrible.
And then was pronounced dead.
Now, I'm hoping he doesn't talk about killing liberals here. I'm hoping he doesn't go to that area
Immediately
in this
Matthew
segment.
Dowd on MSNBC said it was probably a fan who didn't know how to handle his gun.
We don't know the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea.
Oh, and then it got worse. MSNBC said Charlie did.
I agree. Yeah, that's terrible. I agree. Yeah, that's a very, very stupid take. It's a very dumbass thing to say. Breaking news is dumb for that exact reason. You're going to say dumb shit. But again, U.S. senators, the president made fun of Democrats dying, getting assassinated, lied about it, still lie about it. And there was no reaction at all. These are elected officials. These are the most powerful people in the world, not some random journalist. I'm sick of hearing us bringing up examples of elected Republican officials, leaders of the party, the president, saying this rhetoric. And their example of the left doing it is a random journalist somewhere or a random profile on Twitter. Like, I'm sick of the double standard.
Deserve to die.
He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech. You can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
MSNBC has already apologized, but Dowd should be fired immediately because it's traitors like that who make it easier to get murdered. Charlie wasn't president. He wasn't even a politician. He was a young political star defending American freedoms, especially the freedom of speech. And if guys like Charlie are targets for assassination, we all are. Charlie Kirk's just like you and me. We speak our minds. We speak from the heart. We tell the truth because we believe in the country and everything that it was founded on. Charlie had the spirit of our founders, full of energy, passion, conviction, and an unrelenting pursuit of happiness. Charlie was always happy. You never saw the guy down. He loved what he did, and he never stopped working and fighting and pushing and persuading. Charlie Kirk grew up in the Chicago suburbs. Great athlete, good family. Dropped out of college to join the Tea Party and start a movement. He set up systems to watch professors and stop their indoctrination. Then he built up chapters across the country on campuses and launched Turning Point USA.
Yeah, I've said he's a genius organizer. One of the best organizers in American history, probably human history. His network he built out with Turning Point USA is probably the most impressive organizing thing, feat accomplishment, okay, I've ever seen, ever. Like, he is extremely, extremely smart. And no college experience, I'm pretty sure, right? He didn't go to college at all. Like, he is extremely, extremely intelligent, right? We give him credit for that. But we would say, like, for example, when you make fun of Like if you make fun of, for example, like this one, you can't excuse political violence ever. But like Charlie Kirk was calling to raise bail money to bail out the person who tried to assassinate Nancy Pelosi and who beat her husband with a hammer. And they made jokes about it and they just enjoyed it. Like we need to be against it in all cases. We can't pick teams when it comes to political violence. You can pick teams when it comes to belief structure, when it comes to what ideas you represent. But there's no acceptance. Even for jokes, there should be no acceptance in common discourse for political violence ever. No one should ever get attacked and murdered for their political speech, for their First Amendment right.
Best organized political mission for young Americans ever. His events were like concerts. The biggest stars on the right twice a year. We all had a blast.
So he's not called for the assassination of liberals yet. Jesse Waters. I guess we'll see if he gets there.
He left it all out in the field for Trump in 2024 and turned out the vote on the ground in the swing states. He had one of the highest rated podcasts in the country. And was
also making fun of George Floyd, saying he did not get murdered, lying about the actual report in the courtroom where facts are needed. That's pretty shitty. Lying about that was really bad. I agree, those are bad things. But still, even lying about that should never get you attacked like this, ever.
In constant contact
I know we agree.
with the president.
I know we agree. Like, we agree that it's unacceptable, but we also are calling out hypocrisy. And we're like, we need to go away from violence. We need to get away from violence. We don't want it.
Helping push policy, execute an agenda, and communicate ideas. And he was able to raise millions and millions of dollars because people believed in Charlie. He was charming and earnest and never took a day off and was trusted by everybody who knew him. No one
I'm not comparing George Floyd. I brought up something that he lied about that was shitty.
Never said a bad word about Charlie Kirk. Every time he did a hit on my show, he'd text me afterwards saying, "Thanks, Jess, for having me on. Really appreciate it." My 13-year-old daughter loves him. Grandparents love him. Charlie wasn't offensive at all. He wasn't trying to be provocative. He was a gentleman. He just asked questions, enjoyed debates, just like America's greatest leaders always have.
He intentionally tried to provoke substance out of you, and you said, well, I'm worried about some laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about? Because what's happening at the Democrat Party is this very sinister combination. It's a party of censorship, it's a party of war, a party of open borders that is against actual traditional liberal values. Everyone in the audience is the first generation in American history to have it be worse off than your parents.
I'm not policing your language. I'm just saying I would say black people.
Fair enough, but the insinuation is that I'm being racist, but that's fine. I agree. So then why are we so fixated on the language of Trump and not on the actions of our current leaders?
They killed Charlie for asking questions. What kind of message does that send? Don't ask questions. It's too dangerous. Charlie spoke the truth. He said what he felt, and they killed him for it.
It's really interesting to see the escape from the shooter as well. The fact he was able to get away on such a crowded college campus. And the FBI, their funding got destroyed. I mean, half of them are erasing Trump's name from the Epstein files. Some of them are helping with immigration. Some of their funding got cut to go police DC instead of working on actual crimes. So I'm hoping that capacity didn't hinder their ability to respond to this. But the FBI, like, it has to be someone who's extremely trained. It's really crazy, like what happened here. That's why I'm saying, like, we can't just like say this is motivated by, a particular ideology. Of course, it's going to be political, but we don't know what angle. It could be so many different angles that are very complicated.
The message is shut your mouth. If you can be murdered for speaking your mind in America, then America's done. We might as well live in the dark ages. And this isn't the first time this has happened. This is just the worst time. They shot Trump. They went to Kavanaugh's house with a rifle. They're firebombing.
They are not going to bring up the Minneapolis or the Minnesota Democrats that were assassinated. They will not bring that up.
Elon's cars, rioting in L.A.
Just a couple months ago.
Are killing our kids.
And again, the trans shooter thing, they want to blame all trans people for the shootings. It was not trans people. Not all trans people do shootings, obviously. It's a really dumb, pathetic point to make. You're just trying to demonize a minority group. Their ideology was very extremist. That's the thing that matters, is their ideology and their mental status as well.
They just plugged 2 Jews outside the embassy in our capital. Hell, Rand Paul got his ribs broken by his neighbor. ICE agents have to wear masks because their families are getting death threats. It's officially over now. After today, we're not taking it anymore.
All the judges that Trump posts about, all the lawyers that Trump goes after, his executive orders going after political opponents, his former administration officials that certified the 2020 election that are getting death threats. Like, there's no justification for federal law enforcement to be fully masked, and also with no identification. Like, that's a very, yeah.
Anymore. They're telling us we're at war.
We're in a war right now to save this country, and so you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
This is a war we didn't ask for, and this is a war they can't win. The way
How can you be a Trump supporter in 2025 and lie through your teeth about that? No one talks about war more than the right wing. The MAGA war rooms, the Trump speak of the elites and establishment, the war between the real Americans and the fake Americans. Like, Trump uses war language more than anybody. And I feel like if you're a Republican, you have to know that's hypocrisy. You have to know you're lying. You have to know that.
win is to do what Charlie did. Speak your mind louder. Tell the truth more. Put so much pressure on all of these people that they never try anything like this again. This is a turning point. Everything that we've witnessed recently is unacceptable. Everyone's going to be held accountable in the media, in Congress, on campus, everywhere. So follow your heart. Fight for what you believe in. And don't be ashamed of putting America first. We know what's right, and we know what needs to be done. Challenge them harder. Ask more questions. And
So this isn't the one where he calls for liberals to die, right? It's a different one, I'm pretty sure. One of these he does do that, because I saw a news headline somewhere. Did he do that here and I just didn't realize he said it? I don't know. But yeah, again, like, when it comes to Democrats, yeah, you could just make fun of it and meme your way through it. But it's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Not good. Not good, not good, not good. Taking advantage of this. We don't even know who did it. Like, this is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Terrible, terrible, terrible day. And now it's officially 9/11, right? So we have 9/10 and 9/11 as huge days in American history. Lowering the flag, that was not done for the Democrats at all. A big press conference about a political assassination, that did not happen. That was not televised and pushed for the Democrats that were assassinated. Did they talk about that at all? At all on Fox News? Like, once? I don't know. They did it, guys. They.
Hello?
Hi, this is the YouTube channel calling you back.
Yeah, hi?
Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, I think I got the wrong number.
You didn't call the YouTube channel about politics?
No.
Okay. Pussy. No callers. No callers. Please drop a like on the stream. Let's get above 100 likes. Yeah, I know the Minnesota Democrats were murdered and then mocked by Republicans. Remember, the goal here is to say political violence is never acceptable, but Republicans make fun of it whenever it happens to the left. And that's why I keep saying Minneapolis, the Minnesota Democrats that were assassinated. Okay, wait, I got a call. Who needs a TikTok? I don't need to make a TikTok right now. Hello from the other. Oh wait, that's terrible.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, good. What's up?
What's up, man?
Is this a YouTube show?
Yep, it is. Politics.
Yeah, good. What's up? All right, so is it a YouTube show? Yep.
You gotta pause my stream.
You gotta pause my stream.
Are people just like brain dead, bro? Shit's crazy, bro. Shit is crazy, 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 crazy.
All right, guys, I'm coming at you with all the breaking news here now. So it is official. We have Trump validating it for us, but Charlie Kirk is dead. So as you all know, as we discussed earlier, Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck while doing a Turning Point USA debate event at a college in Utah. There were some videos coming out of it. And, you know, I didn't want to watch the video. Popped up all over my timeline, but I clicked play.
That shit is crazy, bro. Twitter jammed that in our faces. Anybody in chat have the same experience where Twitter just like made you watch it? I was letting like shorts play on Twitter, the short videos. And they just played it over and over and over again. I did not want to see it, bro. But I saw my phone and it was so, like I said before, my body like shut down when I saw that shit. I did not want to see that. I did not know what was happening until I saw it too. So I'm like, holy shit, this is insane.
Probably a bad move. I saw first one from a distance and, you know, you could see his body.
Yeah, but X makes money by inciting terrible thoughts in people's brains. So on X, you're going to see violent content, gore. You're going to see inflammatory posts to make you mad, to comment on it more. They tried to addict you to X by doing that. I'm calling it X now, by the way. Twitter doesn't work anymore. It's not, like, I'm not going to call it Twitter. I'm not going to give it credit for a name it does not deserve anymore.
Reacting to the shot. The real one that I highly recommend you don't watch is the up-close one. Because that is bad. Ooh, is that bad. That's one that sticks with you. He gets shot in the neck and just immediate, like, gushing, like, tsunami of blood comes out of his neck. My initial reaction when I saw the up-close video, last time I talked to you, I hadn't seen the up-close version yet. I only saw one from far away. But the one from up-close, it was like, he's gone. He's gone. And it took maybe, they said he actually was hanging on there for a while, for like an hour or two. When he got to the hospital, he was still technically alive, which is kind of amazing if I'm being honest with you. But
I feel like in that situation, he probably just wasn't fully brain dead. He lost so much blood so quickly. If he was out of hospital already with the proper first aid, maybe he could survive and have like damage to his body. But we kind of knew when it happened how bad it was. Like that was, it looked professional. It looked like someone who was trained, because that's I mentioned to one of my friends today, like this might be the most graphic political assassination and one of the most consequential since JFK. Like, I can't think of another assassination in American politics that was so graphic and vivid on video. And JFK was on video, but not like a great quality video. But it was still crazy to see. I don't think you'd have to go to like some cartel dark web page to see what happened here. With the amount of gore and violence. Like it's actually it's such a shock for American politics. I can't think of anything that really compares.
Soon thereafter, it's now been verified that he passed away. So Trump said the following: "The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me. And now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you." So he had 2 kids and a wife, obviously. Now, at the same time that was going on, we had breaking news of another school shooting that happened in Evergreen High School in Jefferson.
I mean, no one cares about that, apparently. I don't know. I hate it, bro. I hate it. The selective care for different things. I care about all of it. I care about all of the violence, but I'm sick of people picking and choosing which ones they want to care about.
County, Colorado. And I believe it's either 2 or 3 people who are now hospitalized because of that shooting. So, you know, you can't tell me that things aren't collapsing. You can't tell me happening at the exact same time. I mean, that's not good.
After Russia invades Polish airspace with drones and gets shot down, and Trump has zero response at all this morning and yesterday, Trump is laughing at it as well. Russia pushing the boundaries of NATO, tearing apart the fabric of a free world, and America encroaching upon Venezuela to try and force regime change in Venezuela, to have a war with Venezuela, Israel bombing Doha, right? And trying to assassinate leaders in Qatar. I'm pretty sure like all this stuff happening within a span of like 4 days, and I'm sure I could bring up a million other insane things happening, but it's too much to keep track of.
That is not a good sign, y'all. That is rapid decline. So I had told you guys earlier there were reports of this older guy who was everybody thought was the Charlie Kirk shooter, and it was floating all around social media. But this is part of the problem with social media and getting that real-time information is sometimes you can swing and miss big. And so it turns out that guy did not do the shooting. He did not do the shooting. He was taken into custody, and they realized very quickly he did not do the shooting. And so they realized the shooter apparently shot from about 200 yards away, and in like one of the school buildings. So it was a shot from very far away. It was a high-powered rifle. It was further away than the shot attempt on Trump from Butler, Pennsylvania. But the original guy that they thought did the shooting, it was not him. So it was false reports. People had, and this is crazy, but people were showing the guy who they detained, they had pulled up his name and said he was a registered Democrat, and like all that stuff, just throw it out the window because that's not even the guy. That's not even.
Yeah, social media is a poison. Yeah, this isn't good for anybody involved. Like, I don't care about the conspiracy theories. It's not good for anybody involved. There is no one this is good for. Maybe for Trump's authoritarian power reach, but like, even for that, it was in Utah. It's not like it happened in a Democratic city they can blame it on. Like it's terrible for everything. The entire world. There's no aspect of the world for anybody that was made better, except for like Russia, probably because we can fight each other more in America and tear each other apart. While Russia, China, and India dominate the new world order.
The guy, and this happens with these sorts of shootings, and this real-time information coming in. People get ahead of themselves, and this was an example of that. So as of right now, there is no suspect in custody. Now, this is crazy. I believe this was Politico that reported this, but listen to this. Video posted on social media shows the moment Charlie Kirk was shot and the seconds leading to the incident. Kirk was being asked questions about mass shootings in America. Quote, "Do you know how many mass shootings there have been in America in the last 10 years?" A person asks. Quote, here's what Charlie responds with. "Counting or not counting gang violence." And then he gets shot.
That happening like that, it's hard to explain what it feels like. It seems like it's not okay, I'm not saying it's actually scripted, but it happened at such a time where it was like the timing was impeccable in a terrible way, in a dark, twisted, terrible way. Like the timing was right on after he finished that statement on that topic. Like it seems like a movie. Like it feels so fake and not real. And again, I'm not saying it's fake. I'm not Alex Jones or another conspiracy theorist. I don't believe in all your dumb conspiracies, but like it feels so unreal. It's so astonishing that it seems fake. It's hard to watch it and see it happen and read the headlines. And like we're all grieving in a sense. Like we're all going through a process of grief. Because the world is never going to be the same. And if you saw the video, you have to recover from that shit. You got to recover from that shit, bro. Like, you got to recover from seeing a video like that. It feels surreal. Yeah, it feels surreal. It feels like we're going to wake up tomorrow and it never happened. Like, it's that crazy of an event. Like, it is like another... it's another landmark event in American history where it's like... It's one of those where you're going to know where you were when you heard it. You're going to know where you were when you heard this happened, right? It's that consequential and that big. And I know people are saying the irony of him saying it at that exact time, but like, and I know he was trying to blame, I don't know.
They're literally discussing mass shootings, debating mass shootings, right as Charlie Kirk gets shot.
Wait, Parker was actually there? Wait, was Parker actually in attendance? Parker makes content on TikTok. Parker is with like Dean Withers and everything that they debate Charlie Kirk at these events. They follow him around to try and debate him. And I heard he was like crying today. But Did he say anything about it, Parker? Like the Parker, what name does he use? Parker get a job or whatever. Was he actually there? Yeah, I mean, one reason why it hits so close to home for those of us who work in politics or media or organizing is because we are here in these locations. We do this stuff. Like, we are in these locations, we do events like this, we see scenarios like this, and this is someone like Charlie Kirk is a visible person. He's on college campuses, he's in the media space, we do reaction videos to him, many people debated him directly. Like, it hits so close to home, and it's different when it happens in like your country, and it's like, holy shit, that can happen to anybody. Like, it really can. It's a very rare thing, obviously. Like, it's very rare, but it can happen. Like, it's just scary. It's so scary. It's hard to put into words how terrible it really is.
Somebody quote tweeted this with, "America is a wild place." Yeah, you don't say. You don't say. Now here's another one, which is just an absolute mindfuck. Okay, this is making everybody go, huh? But the magazine Jezebel, they tweeted the following. Ready? This is real. This is real. And this is from September 8th. Right now it's September 10th.
If Parker's a young kid, I'm a young kid. I'm a young kid plus like 3 years.
This is from 2 days ago. Ready? They said, "We paid some Etsy witches to curse Charlie."
Yeah, and the most powerful people in the world, yeah. Elon Musk here talking about if they won't let Elon Musk, if they won't leave us in peace, then our choice is to fight or die. And Elon Musk said the left is a murder organization. Stephen Miller in the White House said the left are domestic terrorists. Trump called the purge the left. And again, Democrats got assassinated in Minnesota. No one cared at all a few months ago. Republicans laughed at it. They laughed at it and made memes about it. No one talked about it. Democrats were killed in their own homes, shot like 10 times by a guy dressed up as a fake cop. With one of those crazy latex, the scary masks on, and no one cared. And now Elon Musk is talking about like civil war, and Andrew Tate's talking about civil war, and Fox News is talking about civil war and retribution. So not only do they ignore when it happens to the left, they don't give a shit at all when it happens to the left, but now they want to use this to cause even more political violence. They do not want to de-escalate. They don't want to come together as Americans. We've had Democrats assassinated now and Republicans, okay? And they do not want to stop. They want to keep it going. They want to keep it going. They are happy. They don't want to stop this. They don't want to come together. They don't want to stop any more death. They are happy. They want to take advantage of this.
Charlie Kirk. What?
Yeah, and what does they mean, bro? What does they mean? They? These are individuals who are deranged. These are individuals who are deranged. I don't say the MAGA guy that killed the Democrats represents all of MAGA. But they are ready to say, instantly, this person represents the entire left. And we don't even have this person yet. They don't know where they are. They don't know what their beliefs are.
What? And at the end of the article, this is what it says, quote, "So did my Etsy curses work? Time will tell. The forces move in mysterious ways. And as the priestess reminded me, spell work is a collaboration between the caster, the client, and the universe itself. For now, we can only trust in the timing of the great unknown. A special thank you to the witches of the modern age who work tirelessly to hex Republicans and topple conservative regimes, and the occasional ex-boyfriend. Your work is appreciated." So that is sort of blowing people's socks off there. Now, they literally added an editor's note to the piece after the shooting, and it says, "This story was published on September 8th. Jezebel condemns the shooting of Charlie Kirk in the strongest possible terms. We do not endorse, encourage, or excuse political violence of any kind." Bro. I mean, you guys know me. I'm as secular as they come. I'm an atheist. And I see this and I'm like, damn, bro, are witches real? Are witches actually real? Because I've never seen anything like this. This is crazy to me. That's crazy to me. That's some wild coincidence type stuff right there. So here's another update for you. Benjamin Ryan, who's an independent reporter, he tweets the following. "Charlie Kirk was scheduled to debate Hassan Piker at Dartmouth College on September 25th, so the end of this month, on his Twitch live stream. Piker reacted to the news with horror, urging some of his followers to stop making jokes about the shooting." Hey Salem. Salem's on our way down. Don't step on my computer, buddy, please. "And he expressed fear that he could be similarly targeted. Quote, 'This is a terrifying incident,' Hassan said. 'The reverberation of people seeking out vengeance in the aftermath of this violent, abhorrent incident is going to be genuinely worrisome. So I saw the video of Hassan reacting, because he was live in real time. He was live in real time. And you see his reaction, and he's like, holy fuck. He's like in shock. And then when he sees the up-close video where you can see the blood rushing from his neck, he was just absolutely flabbergasted. He was blown away. And he like...
Every single MAGA account on Twitter, Donald Trump, Fox News, they're calling for political violence right now. They're calling for more political violence. They want more political violence. They want to see people gone. They are constantly saying they want to kill us. They want to kill us. We don't know who this person is. We have no one detained. We have no one in custody. We have no idea. They could have been never Trump Republican. They could have been a far right person. They could have been, I don't know, like an Israel critic. They could have been a critic of Saudi Arabia. They could have been a far lefty. They could have been a centrist. They could have been anybody. They could have been paid by somebody. We don't know. They could have been paid by a foreign government. We don't know. But Elon Musk is calling for civil war and to target Democrats. But remember, Democrats were assassinated in Minneapolis and Minnesota. In Minnesota a few months ago by a Trump supporter, Christian nationalist, who had a list of Democrats to kill on his that they found in his vehicle. And Republicans laughed at it. MAGA laughed at it. Trump laughed at it. Mike Lee made jokes about it. They made up lies about them being a radical communist Marxist or whatever. People moved on. So now we have Republicans and Democrats assassinated in America, and they don't want to stop it. They want to keep on going as much as possible. They want to use this to their advantage because they want to destroy America, tear Americans apart, so we fight each other, so the ultra-powerful can take full power. And foreign nations want us fighting each other as well. Russia, China, I guarantee you their bot farms are on social media right now trying to cause division between us so we fight each other. To cause more hatred, to cause more of a rift in American society. And Republicans, Trump, they all want to keep it going. They want to put more fuel on the flame. They want to get this shit going a million times more than it is right now. And we're 9 months into the Trump presidency, guys. 9 months in. And they don't want to stop it. They don't want to come together. I'm seeing all Democrats say, let's come together. Even after Democrats got assassinated in Minnesota by a Trump supporter. They said, let's come together and stop this terrible path of violence in America. Political violence is not acceptable. But Republicans say, yes, it is, and we want more. And for Republicans in real life and independents who follow these pages, please don't believe them. Don't follow them. We need to come together as Americans and reject this. We need to reject this. These rich assholes don't care about what happens to us. They want us to fight each other. They don't care about us. We are tools in their game. We are pawns in their game. Okay? We are nothing to them. All they want is us to fight each other, so we never come together and we never fight the people who are really in power. They want Americans divided as much as possible. They want us fighting each other. They want us destroying each other. We cannot fall into their trap. But it's scary. There are calls to violence from every single big Republican, every big MAGA account, Fox News, the Trump admin. The Trump admin is calling Democrats domestic extremist terrorists. We don't know who the shooter is. We don't know who the shooter is. We have no idea. We have no idea who it is. No idea. And they are ready to cause violence, directing it at Democrats and liberals. They want this to keep going. It's so depraved. It's so crazy. It's not going to be good. Please drop a like, repost this video, and follow my page. That was for TikTok. But, like, still, like, huge accounts on Twitter. Okay, this is war. The Democratic Party must be 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Trump blames the radical left. Libs of TikTok says this is war. Democrats should be classified as domestic terrorists. The White House said this too with Stephen Miller. Domestic terrorist. There it is again. We don't know who the person is. Again, we don't know who the person is. The left orchestrated a wave of violence and terror. Conspiracy theories. Democrats labeled a terrorist organization Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer was just attacking Charlie Kirk as a traitor, by the way, a few days ago. Bring the hammer down on the left. They are at war with us, and we want to, whether we accept it or not, what are we going to do about it? If they won't leave us in peace, then our choice is to fight or die from Elon Musk. When Democrats lose elections, they couldn't steal. They murder the people they were unable to defeat. Like, they are just pure hypocrites, and they will toss this country away. They will destroy this country for their own power. I don't want the National Guard sent to Democrats. I want the Air Force sent. By the way, This channel is from India. This page is from India. This profile's from India. Get out of my freaking country, social media. Stop spreading your dumbass propaganda. Half of these accounts are from freaking India, bro. They're from India and freaking China. Half of them. And you dumbasses read it like it's gospel. It's actually crazy as shit. Okay, we'll finish watching this video.
Basically, he didn't know what to say. He was just horrified by it. A lot of people are also pointing out, and this is really disturbing. Here's something that Charlie had regularly argued, and you know, hard disagree on this one, man. But quote, I think it's worth it to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal.
Someone said that's racist to shame India and China. No, dipshit. It's where the bot farms are located. And Russia. We'll throw in a white country, too. There you go. It's where the bot farms are. Yeah, it's where the bot farms are. Yeah. Sorry that offends you.
It is rational. So, hey, some gun deaths every year are worth it for Second Amendment rights. It's like, well, I mean, now you're one of those people. And, you know, when it hits so close to home, I know minds tend to change. And this is why it makes sense to do all the kind of gun reforms that we always talk about. Universal background checks, red flag laws, ban high-capacity magazines, assault weapons ban. There should be a licensing system, a testing system. We got a lot.
This is one of the most Libby liberals, okay? Someone who wanted to debate Charlie Kirk all the time, all right? Talking about what happened today. And remember, Republicans in Minnesota, when Democrats were assassinated by a Trump supporter a few months ago, they laughed at it. Democrats never blamed all Republicans, but Republicans right now want to say all liberals are responsible for what happened to Charlie Kirk. And they want to cause a war in this country and more violence. But look at how this liberal creator on TikTok, and I'm not even a big fan of Dean, but look how they are reacting.
His wife and children were in attendance, dude. Imagine, you know, imagine being a 12-year-old, you know, watching your dad fucking die. Nobody deserves that. Not even Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, like there's humanity. There's humanity that you can find as a human being. But like, again, the MAGA wing of America right now does not want this to stop. They don't want this to stop. They don't want it to stop. It's not good. Not good, not good, not good, not good. Not good. Not good, not good, not good, not good. Not good. Not good. Not good, not good, not good.
I think this assassination, different than the assassinated attempt back in Butler, Pennsylvania, was a very well planned, very well orchestrated plot that was put in motion days before. And this individual had a plan of escape to elude detection of being up on a rooftop, and also being able to evade and elude law enforcement after that shot was taken. When you take a look at what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, Crooks came onto the venue, he left the venue, he came back, he was questioned. I mean, it was really an amateur scenario.
Yeah, and in this situation, it was a further shot. The buildings are much more complicated to navigate. It was not some random like barn or whatever. The layout here can vary very much. It's a huge crowd, so you can disguise yourself in multiple ways. And like, I'm assuming the person understood the camera system nearby, because I haven't seen any pictures from a security system, you know, showing where they went. They have no one in custody at all, except false leads so far.
This assassination of Charlie Kirk, to me, is indicative of a professional hit. And I'm not so sure that we are going to quickly be able to apprehend this individual.
Professional hit as in it was someone who was paid by someone else, or someone who was highly trained? Because a lot of like shooters are former military that have like mental health issues. But are you saying that this person was like paid by
without some luck hopefully.
When you say professional hit, what do you mean by that exactly? Do you mean one shot, one kill, escape already planned and at large? It looks clean, yes, but could this be done by anybody with any sort of basic training?
No way.
Well, when you take a look at the video and you take
way.
a look at the venue and the spectators and how close they are to Charlie Kirk, and then you have that kind of like umbrella over him, that kind of tent, you have to know that this shooter had to be perched in a position with respect to being able to lay his sights perfectly, basically a headshot. And the shot that was taken to immediately incapacitate Charlie Kirk. And so this was not...
Yeah, like one shot and get out, and the confidence of doing that is insane. It needs to be someone with high levels of training. Like, that's without a trace disappearing, unless if there's information we don't know about.
Some amateur who just, got up on a rooftop because it was, what I consider spontaneous combustion. He got up this morning and decided he was going to do something crazy. This seems the earmark of a professional that got up onto this rooftop well in advance of the venue being occupied by the spectators. He was clearly undetected. There was no indication that anybody saw him up on this rooftop. Obviously, after that one single shot was taken, he was able to basically very quietly and systematically elude any further detection and escape. There's been no indication that there's been a vehicle identified or any mode of how he actually escaped the venue. And so to me, this is someone who had some experience, some level of sophistication.
And this is why you can't just say, like, we need a civil war in America because the left is causing terrorism, obviously. Anyone doing that right now wants America to fall apart and be violent, and they want us to fight each other, obviously. The president doing it, Donald Trump doing it, Stephen Miller. By the way, the president is Stephen Miller. Donald Trump is like the, figurehead, but Stephen Miller is the real president. He's the real guy. Elon Musk calling for civil war and violence and calling for death of liberals. We don't know who the person is yet. It could be someone paid by a foreign government. Okay, it could be someone who is far left. It could be someone who is far right, like someone who's very anti-Israel because they are anti-Semitic, for example, like a Groyper type. That's like a Nick Fuentes, like a far right neo-Nazi type. It could be a never Trumper who was former military or something. It could be anything. We don't know that yet. So all these Trumpers using this as a reason for civil war and martial law and for aggressive political violence to escalate in America, it's insane they are doing that. It's crazy. It's insane. It's terrible. They want this country to fall apart. And any American who cares about their neighbors, who cares about this country, needs to come together and stand up against it. We got to come together. We got to stay strong. We need to make it clear, whether it's left or right or whatever, political violence is not tolerated. And language that incites political violence is also not going to be tolerated. That includes if you're a Trump supporter, you got to tell Trump to stop. You got to push back. You got to push back. We can't survive this way. We have nothing. We have no person, no one in custody, and Trump is blaming the radical left and saying all Democrats are domestic terrorists. All Democrats are domestic terrorists. The 30 to 40% of our military, which is Democrat, you're saying they're extremist terrorists because they have different political opinions? It's crazy as shit. Crazy as shit. Crazy stuff. Terrible stuff. Terrible. Charlie Kirk has a wife and kids. Those kids are probably too young to remember this, but it's going to stick with them their entire lives. They're always going to see this video on the internet of their father and what happened to their father. And that's very chilling. Don't watch the video if you can help it. Stay off X. X jams it in your face. They are depraved on X. X boosts the most disgusting and terrible content in the world. Don't go on X. Don't watch it. It was really bad. It was... I've said before, it might be the most graphic political assassination in American history since JFK. In terms of blood and gore and the venue it was at, the timing of it, the execution of it, it's insane. We I don't know if we've ever seen anything like this in American, like, definitely not in modern American history in the past 50 years, but like, holy crap, this is crazy. It's terrible. I really, really, really hope this stops here. We got to come together as a country. We can't let these people divide us. We cannot let these people divide us and make us fight each other. Because they want us to fight each other. If we fight each other, they can do whatever they want. And we need to make sure that doesn't happen. Please drop a like, repost this video, and follow my page. Okay, guys. I'm going to go to bed. Thank you for watching. Oh, God, dude. Yeah, I agree, Suri. People making fun of it, like, not good, terrible. And I agree with the criticisms. Like, he did incite violence in America for minority groups, and he called to stone gay people according to the Bible, and he said we're being invaded by Somalians, even if they're American citizens born in America. He called them invaders and foreign invaders and illegal. And he said we have to rid America of legal and illegal foreign invaders, all foreign invaders, whatever that meant to him. So yeah, he called for very violent rhetoric against certain groups, but like still like it's terrible. It's grotesque. It's disgusting. There's no room for this anywhere. And there's no room for anyone making fun of it. There's no room for it. Like, keep it to yourself, all right? If you have a dark, distorted, twisted sense of humor, if it doesn't affect you, just keep it to yourself, all right? Yeah, that should be the, Thank you so much, L, for $10. Thank you so much, Sri, for $5. I just saw that right now. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I don't know, I got super chats earlier. I was in the flow earlier. I'm sorry if I missed it. I did miss it. I'm sorry for missing it. I don't know if they're still here. Thank you for $5. Innumerable stars. I'll give Kirk more condolences than MAGA gave to Hortman. MAGA is actually delighted to piggyback off this reprehensible tragedy to stir up more division. Yeah, I couldn't imagine if a Democrat passed away taking that the same day and calling for more political violence. I just can't imagine doing that. I just can't imagine that. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop in Discord for a little bit. If you guys want to hop in Discord, I'll chat for a little bit if y'all want to chat at all. Here's the Discord link. Feel free to join Discord and have a conversation with us. Really appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys watching. Really appreciate it. Admit the Minnesota shooter worked for Tim Walz. Your baby brain. You have a child brain. What, he was in a list of business owners in the state? You realize that if a state says, for example, we have like a list of businesses that worked in our program, the governor never meets them. They might shake their hand once for a photo op, but you know they don't actually know them, right? Like, the governor has a lot of stuff to do. Those programs are for, like, you know, the name of it, the branding of it. Like, you realize that's not a real, like, working relationship, right? They did not know each other. But yeah, I don't know. He was wrong a lot, but he was only 30. Yeah, I was gonna say also, like, that's the thing to do. Like, you don't want someone to pass away. You want to prove them wrong. You don't want them to be gone. Like, you want to see them change. You want to be able to defeat the arguments and see a better world. You never want it resolved like this. Everything should be done in the First Amendment and protecting the First Amendment. And we can't let we can't forget our values there. We just can't forget those. And again, if you have a dark sense of humor and you want to say this guy was a piece of crap, like, just keep it to yourself. Just chill. Just chill the hell out. Stop for a little bit, alright? Chill. Chill. Take a deep breath. Again, join Discord, come chat with us, really appreciate it. Yeah, in a home invasion. Imagine, like, those Democrats who were assassinated in Minnesota, it was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., right? And it was a home invasion with a guy dressed as a fake cop. And they were gunned down in their homes. They have families. Do you know how scary that would have been? That must have been to wake up to banging and this guy wearing a latex mask dressed up as a police officer. They open your door, run inside, and shoot you 10 times. And the media doesn't even cover it. The media doesn't even cover it. And the same person goes on to shoot other Democrats like 10 times each and their spouse. Like, they barely survived. And they had a whole list of Democrats to kill. And we knew they were a big Trump supporter. Their roommate even confirmed it. They were a Christian nationalist, like a extremist, radical person with a deranged mind. That was insane, super scary. And Trump laughed at it. You know? Senator Mike Lee of Utah laughed at it. They made jokes about it. And no one said anything to them at all. And I know this one's on camera, and it's just as terrible, right? But the right wing in America, I care about both. I had terrible reactions with both. Like, today was terrible. It was a terrible freaking day. But MAGA laughed when it happened to a Democrat. So when it happens to a Democrat, half the country cares. And Democrats do not use it as a reason to villainize all Republicans, to say they're extremists and terrorists, like Trump called liberals today. Liberals would never do that to conservatives. Never. Maybe like 5% of the left on Twitter, some cringe Twitter account, but your president, a Republican president, uses this tragedy, refuses to bring up the violence against Democrats in America, and he calls for more violence. The president uses this situation to call for more violence in America. Like, just think about that. Elon Musk calling for more violence. Fox News calling for more violence. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. Yeah, I want it. You can have dark. I mean, I say dark jokes about stuff in my own life that happens. If some crazy shit happens, I'm making jokes about it, but that's a coping mechanism for me. I know I'm not gonna do that in public. Not every coping mechanism should be done in public. All right, guys, join Discord. Have a good night. Really appreciate it. Have a good night. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Bro, I like crashed down today. I crashed down. Thank you for $7. Portia, thank you for $7. I agree with you. See, like, I agree with you. But there's obviously the words we need to maintain the fundamental values and principles that allows America to function. So, like, I agree there was violence called for a bunch of minority groups by Charlie Kirk. So it's okay to feel indifferent. It's okay. And you say, this is terrible to happen. We never want to see this happen. But I also do not want someone to call for violence against anyone that I care about. Or me. Or yourself. Like, I think if you're an adult, you should be able to have both opinions, obviously. There's nothing wrong about that. It's exhausting, too. Like, if someone calls to make you not human anymore under the law, or if they say we should be stoning gay people and you're gay, and it's like, well, you know, this person wanted to stone me to death. It's like, I mean, why am I going to care them? I understand that, yeah. What violence did Kirk call for against minorities? He said every single immigrant in America, legal and illegal, is a foreign invader that should be ripped out by the military. And away from their families, even if they did nothing wrong, ever, and they came here legally. Like, I know you don't think that's advocating for violence, but also saying that they're invading America, and they're decivilizing America, and they are toxic to America, and poisoning America, all those words are inducing violent rhetoric. You can't tell people there's a group of people in America who are poisoning your country, killing your country, decivilizing your culture, and be like, oh, that's not violent. Like, it is. That's the reason they say it. All right, guys, have a good night. I appreciate it. And again, I don't care if you care about the whole power dynamic of the rich and poor, but like the line of like they want us fighting each other so we never come together, that's a completely valid line to go with. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Appreciate it.